The world has changed. We have been running on fear. And the fear is what happened to 9/11. And it's a fear that's almost illogical. You can't constantly bully your way through. That in the end, the bullying is only going to get everybody lined up against us, as witnessed China and Russia, who are now getting buddy-buddy, but they're not stupid. They're getting buddy-buddy because they see threats. And I think Obama recognizes those things more than a John McCain does, who seems to have one answer, the answer that worked for them 20, 30, 40 years ago, and they think is just more of the same. Just keep on pushing and scaring them, bullying them, and they'll come around. Well, they won't necessarily come around. And we may lose an awful lot of young people's lives in this process, as well as destroy other countries. We can't get out of the mess in Iraq.
This damn war in Iraq, I think everybody agrees that Iraq invasion was a mistake. You don't compound your mistakes. You admit the mistake and you move on.
They were supposed to be out in 5 months. We are now 6 years later. We're in longer than World War II, and we have nothing to show for it, except the debt in the trillions.
The war is draining the economy. We have, when Bush leaves office, between $7 and $9 trillion debt. Who's going to pay for it? Our children and grandchildren.
It's a lose-lose situation. The longer we stay there, the more the Iraqis will feel that they can have their own little wars among each other, and we're going to sit on the lid so it doesn't get too bad.
I'd like to see, in my opinion, the troops brought home as soon as they can, because I do feel that the leaders of Iraq, good or bad, are playing us like ping pong balls.
Obama has been talking about getting the troops out of there for the 2 years that I've been listening to him. McCain started talking about we'll stay there for 100 years. He's going to win. So it's not a football game. He's going to win. I don't know what he's going to win.
And I think that Obama is going to do the best he can to make it safe for our soldiers, to make it comfortable for the rest of the world to be on our side again.
I think there'll be a welcome change from the arrogance that we've lived through in the past 8 years. And I think that it'll be recognized by the other people in the world. It's not that he's soft. He has all the strength. It's just a question of using it in the right way.
Well, I think that McCain, I think that he's indicated by his own words that he's willing to go to war with anybody, and
he said there would always be war.
Not interested in talking with him. He said, "Yeah, there'll always be war."
Our concern is that he will get us more involved in some kind of a conflict someplace else that would require a draft, and that our kids would be directly involved.
I feel with the condition of our armed forces that people that have children or grandchildren are going to have to worry about a draft, because if somebody decides to go to war, we're not going to be prepared to go to war unless we have a draft. And I don't want my kids going. I don't mind my kids defending this country or my grandchildren, but I don't want them going over fighting over some oil or some greed.
It scares me.
My imagination brings me to the worst of everything. The worst in Pakistan, the worst in Russia, every place in the world. I don't think that he's... And God forbid he dies in office. If Sarah Palin can see Russia from her house, then we have no more problems.
Oh, and she's going to have her finger on the trigger, or she's
She'll have 7 aircraft carrier groups ready to go, and thousands of nuclear weapons.
And this whole idea that you can force democracy by using weapons is just so utterly absurd. I don't see how they can be so stupid, really.
If you don't talk to your enemies, they're always going to be your enemy, and something can be gained by talking, and if it's not, then you'll have to deal with it afterwards.
I think that Obama is in a much better position to make friends with other countries and work with other countries.
Wherever he goes, he'll spread the good word for America. He's not a Bush. He's not a my way or the highway kind of person. He wants to extend a hand to people.
Obama, as president, will provide the kind of leadership which will restore America's position in relationship to the rest of the world.
And I think we have a hope with Obama of making some kind of a decent world.